Welcome to Grand Epic TV. In a developing political twist, veteran Nollywood actor and former spokesperson for the Labour Party Presidential Campaign Council, Kenneth Okonkwo, has publicly accused Peter Obi of what he describes as a betrayal.
When he said that somebody betrayed him, it is not true. Obi is the one betraying himself. And let me tell you the gospel truth. Nobody is murdering Obi's political career. Obi is committing political suicide.
A fallout stemming from Obi's decision to align with the Julius Abure-led faction of the Labour Party. In an explosive interview currently making waves online, Okonkwo, who resigned from the party earlier this year in February 2025, did not mince words. He claimed that Peter Obi ignored clear and repeated warnings against supporting the embattled faction, which has faced serious allegations of financial misconduct and anti-democratic practices. According to Okonkwo, he personally advised Obi and key members of the party's inner circle against associating with the Abure-led leadership. He says he made it clear that any such alliance would force him to walk away from the party for good, a promise he says he's now keeping. The interview, first aired by Symphony, has since gone viral, sparking heated reactions across political circles and social media platforms.
Because I recall when we were campaigning, I went to the national office when I saw their mindset and pleaded with every member of Labour Party that nobody should campaign or endorse any candidate who is not a member of Labour Party. Till today, when I was Labour Party, I did not endorse any candidate from councillorship to the presidency. The same will be endorsed candidates of other political parties publicly. The gubernatorial candidate of another party was who Obi endorsed in Cross River State, rather than the Labour Party gubernatorial candidate publicly. When I'm saying anything I did with Obi, it is only the ones that had been public. Anything we discuss confidentially, I would never say unless he brings it up. So everything I'm telling you is something that's already in the public. So at the end of the day, it was still Obi that endorsed the candidates of other political parties, apart from Labour Party. I recall when I took some Labour Party candidates to the national headquarters, begging that they should be endorsed. I knew the obstacles that I had to pass. So the issue here is when he's trying to make that insinuation. When I was telling him that these people, they were going to sell him out, that if he follows them, I will not follow him. He said I was behaving rascally. I was trying to make him I'm in a haste, that I'm suggesting, trying to make insinuations, because he likes to make insinuations. What is he saying today? The same Obi is saying the government is using these people against him. The same thing Kenneth Okonkwo told him how many months ago? For crying out loud, if you're a leader, you are in such a party, you have 2-3 options. The first one is, if you see that these people are criminals, the way you want to paint them now, you leave the party if you can't solve the problem as a leader, so that your followers will not be confused, and so that you don't get so close to the time of the next election that you would have nothing to do about it. Now, you did not leave. You remained with them. Why? Because you're in cahoot with them in everything they're doing. In all the primaries that the Abure them organized, none was organized without Obi's approval, whether in Imo, whether in Edo, whether in Ondo, and now in Anambra. And that was why Obi campaigned for all the candidates that came out of it. So you're in cahoot with these people in private. In public, you want to paint another image. No, you're just being a politician of convenience, not a politician of conviction. So where does Kenneth Okonkwo come into this? When I couldn't take it anymore, I left. And before leaving, I had nothing to do with any politician. Nothing. So the issue here is that a Peter Obi, you're not a team player. you're not a great manager of political issues, and you're looking for your problem outside you. I told him that whatever happens to Labour Party has happened to his political career. Because anytime you're stepping out into a coalition, the destiny of your political future is no longer in your hands. Because you have to subordinate your own interest to the interest of the coalition. Labour Party is not viable now as a party to prosecute presidential campaign. So his political destiny lies now in the coalition, or he is not going to make any impact whatsoever in 2027. So when he insinuated that Kenneth Okonkwo betrayed him, sorry, Obi betrayed himself, because he is just committing political suicide.
Since you've made reference to the coalition, let's take it from there. What's your general assessment of the viability of the coalition being midwifed by opposition political parties, and are you part of it?
Yes, I am part of the coalition, and in all honesty, the opposition does not even have a choice, because the individual political parties are not viable. So it's not even as if they have a choice. If the coalition cannot succeed, let all of them unanimously go and endorse Tinubu. No, you don't waste the time of Nigerians. I'm not the kind of person that will come and not tell you the truth. I know what people suffered in 2023. They stayed in the rain, they stayed in the sun to vote for us. I will not subject Nigerians to such suffering if I am not sure that the opposition parties are serious. You want to deal with an incumbent, and you want to gallivant that you want to say you don't want to be united, and you want me to tell Nigerians to come and waste their time to fly home. Some people flew home from abroad. I know one young man that had a daughter. He had a problem with the wife, and the daughter was autistic. Yet he had to fly both of them home to vote for us. Then you're telling me you want to go alone, and you want me to come, and the opposition parties do not even have a choice. The only choice they have is to come together, consolidate their fortunes, and take out Tinubu. Nigerians will be willing to vote if they are sure that the oppositions are not in disarray, and if they are sure that their votes will count. If they are sure that when they vote, the politicians will be able to defend their votes, or at least galvanize them to defend their votes themselves. If they see that there is any politician who is not serious, who goes alone, they might ignore the politician. Because according to the law of thermodynamics, if you want to transfer energy from one matter to the other, some energy will unavoidably be lost. So even though we are in the coalition, eventually, I cannot guarantee you that everybody will end up being in the coalition. But if some people are leaving because of their personal selfishness, because of their personal considerations, Nigerians will be willing to ignore that person. But if it is because the opposition cannot on their own come together, then Nigerians will say these people are not serious. If you cannot act in unity, how then will you even act in unity if we give you our votes? So the opposition do not even have a choice. They must have to coalesce. So I'm part of it, because I'm part of the people that believe that this government has become an apology. You know, when people are arrogantly, disorderly, and unconscionably evil, that's what this government has become. I am telling you. How do you explain that hundreds of people are massacred in Benue under your nose, and the governor is shouting, crying, telling you what is happening, and yet you do not move in immediately? When one person, an American, was held in Niger State in Nigeria, they deployed all their resources to rescue the person. In Nigeria, you're rather taking resources away from where the insurgents are operating to take them to another place. Zulum said the resources that are needed to fight Boko Haram is being taken away to Northwest. And that is why the insurgency is resurfacing.
Many are now watching closely to see how this latest development will affect the unity of the Labour Party and Obi's political future. We'll continue to follow this story as it unfolds.